All right, guys, welcome back to the fucking shittiest fucking trading show of all time. Not because the show is shitty. What are you already energy?
It's just a background noise. It's supposed to keep going.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta understand.
You know I'm
still
cute with
gonna
that,
be like, what the fuck? All right, anyway, welcome back to the greatest show on earth about trading.
Greatest
about
show.
The shittiest traders. Well, I mean, about the shittiest trades for some of the most fantastic traders. It's your boy VJ. Hello, that's me. And it's also your boy, a twink type boy, very young boy, actually a boy. I wish I was a boy. I'm a little bit older. And this young boy's name is Luca.
How's it going,
Luca,
guys?
how you doing, buddy?
Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm doing well. VJ. How are you?
Well, I'm doing all right. I'm realizing I'm just looking at someone else's DM, and that can only make me irritated. So let's go ahead and ignore that person. I'm doing great.
Are we gonna name drop? Nope.
Nah.
There's a lot of fucking Discord drama, isn't there? A lot of bullshit
Discord,
every day.
Discord and plus trading equals drama. Mostly.
Yep.
Especially if you become somewhat decent and able to hold yourself on your own 2 feet. Somehow, those little crabs in there, they just want to draw you back.
They chop you down.
The pot with them, and they just want to be like, check out. Check out how little I give a fuck about what you're saying to me right now. Shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, all right, bet.
You know, I think my favorite's like breaking the gains to the DMs. You know.
Oh yeah. Gains in the DMs, or like the little slide, like, oh yeah, how's trading going? Good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, I just hit this many points. And then you're just like, all right, that's crazy.
Boom! 33% option contract. You know, I just predicted the future. Everyone, react my message for free alerts. Never mind. Anyway, moving on. Let's fucking roll the intro.
Order filled.
No, not yet. We're not done with the intro because I have to make a special request. To make a shout out to my good friend Steve Binstonian, otherwise known as Binny. Now we roll the intro.
Order filled.
Actually, before we get to there, we're gonna roll it twice.
Damn.
Luca? Yeah, I know. Don't even play it that first time. I didn't give enough time. Or you can just roll it through, just like black out whatever I said. But we just got one view off of me selling out like that. It's not that bad.
Yep. I'd never heard that before. Steve Binstonian. Steve Binstonian.
Yeah. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, trading day today was fine. You know, yesterday was fine, but, you know, still on my red streak. You guys already know, you know.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, I'm still there.
Still red.
I'm still red, but it's okay.
Green day.
It's okay. I'm looking to the future,
green trade.
You know.
Green trade.
No, green trade today and yesterday. But still, like, disgracefully, P&L wise, disgraceful for the last.
You mean okay, yeah, like lifetime P&L.
Yes.
Yeah,
which is
interesting.
Funny. Yeah.
You know, don't you ever find out like how interesting it is? Just to tie us back in one more time to what we were talking about before. More seriously, less crazy. I think we're venting guys a little bit, but don't you find it funny that like the people that like come or that tell you like how well they're doing never really ask you truly how you're doing. And certainly if they do, it might be like a little bit of a like, you know.
They kind of mean for themselves, you know. They're not really there for you. They're there for themselves.
Yeah, I mean like I just wonder like how many people like people that you were just talking about said like sent you some stuff in the DMs or whatever, but then like never even asked like how you're doing. Like I don't think anybody except people who watch the show know that you're in a red streak right now. Yep. That's how it is. Right? I don't really know. It's like when you do your job, which is like trading, which is supposed to be. It's a hard time. Like I was making this point to Luca a second ago. To like, if you're in a normal job, you wouldn't go out and be like, man, like let's say you watch cars for a living, you wouldn't be like, man, you should have seen all the Toyota Corollas I fucking watched today. 16, bro. 16 full Corollas.
Fuck.
It was like, I watched them myself. I did that. 16. What'd you do?
Yep.
How's work? You don't get that conversation about many other jobs.
Yeah, you don't.
Or anything. It seems like nothing. But then with trading, people be like, 10%, what's up? 20%, what's 100 points, what's up? What's up? And then I'm always like interested because like, except here and to a select like couple homies, I'll like say anything about my trading. Even today, like people who I was surprised from asked me like, have I gotten checks yet? And I thought it was interesting. I didn't even tell Luca this. Like, there's always
you did
something.
not tell me. You did not
I know
tell
there's
me
always something random. I just remembered this now because it's like a nothing thing. I just like think of it as whatever. But then I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Like yet another person asked me because like they're just. I don't think they really care. They just want to like keep tabs and be like, yeah.
They
I'm
want
doing
that
better than
competitive
anymore.
nature, you know?
They want that thing, and they just want to know, like, am I? Like, I don't really know what's going on here. In reality, like, if you're under any of these precious people watching this shit, and you feel like other people in your head, because I also had people hitting me up, telling me that other people were in their head today too. All this happened today.
Yep.
And being like, yeah, they're supposed to be helping me, but like, it doesn't really seem like they are, and like I keep thinking about them when I should be like doing my own thing. I'm like, yeah, man, it's just never gonna happen. This sport is a lone sport. People do not seem to get that really, and then like how well you're doing can affect other people, and I generally stay pretty unaffected by other people's performances. But the fact that I even have to think about it when other people say it, and I have to watch myself, just sort of shows like the lack of true empathy that someone has that like as another trader, especially a beginning trader, you might be going through. Like they don't know exactly everything that's happened in my life that makes me so resilient and tough. But like, why would you ever say that? It's sort of offensive to even say that. Because like, you know, if they're coming to tell you that they're green for the day, why? Because first of all, if the person that you're trying to tell is red or less green or whatever, does that ever come into your calculations for telling them? And it seems like most of the people it doesn't really.
Yep.
And they just want to talk about something and just be celebrated, which is fair if it's coming from a good place. Because I understand with some people it is coming from a good place. But even if it's coming from a good place, it's mostly a semi-selfish or completely self-motivated place. Where you want it to be known that you've done well at the expense of maybe hurting someone's feelings that you at least pretending to care about because you don't really know how it is. Like sometimes, you know, I have a string of great days and be like, man, you know, this, like, I know that these guys, they trade similar PA to me. Like we have similar reads. I bet they're doing pretty well. And then you just sort of assume it. And then one of them tells you like, oh man, I got fucking wrecked. You're like, what? And I even try to catch my reaction on that because I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't even want to make them feel like, you know, it's dumb. I used to tell Luca this, and I still think it's one of the most insulting things. And we'll end it at this before we get into trade. That one of the most harmful things that people say, especially on Discord, you see it a lot because it's just like random people in chats just dropping whatever the fuck they're thinking for the second. They'll say the price action today
was easy.
Was easy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or
the
it was gambling.
Today,
or if you traded today, it was gambling.
Yeah. So it's one side or the other. The price action today was easy, which essentially insults you if you had a hard time.
Exactly.
Meaning you were stupid if you had a hard time. Hey, any day could be tricky. We all have certain specialties. Who knows? And then if you say, oh, if you took any trades, it's gambling. That's essentially saying anyone who was able to see through the fog of this price action and was able to make consistent gains you don't have the skill because it's just gambling to me no matter what. Now, if those people were telling you they had no idea why they were in trades, you can absolutely say that. If they had a reasoning and you didn't understand the reasoning before that or whatever, then that's just a lack of education on that particular thing, a little lack of knowledge on your part, which is not a big deal. But then to just like, sort of say these type of things, you're either like taking away responsibility or like not really thinking about how someone else might be doing. And honestly, like I've had a nice run recently since my last shitty Tuesday, Wednesday. That doesn't mean that I'm not empathetic for all that. I know exactly how it is to fucking lose. And I feel like that fucking happens. And I know someone literally this week who was on top of the world telling me that I'm next. And then the next day did damage that they were certainly not anticipating right before that. And like, that type of stuff, like this person is a very humble person. So these are things that just happen, but it should be like a lesson that everyone should remember that you could do 1,000 things right in a row and be fucking killing it and feel like that. You just have to make one mistake very terribly and you'll be back at square one or worse. That's just how it happens. You'll have the skill, but then like you would have dug yourself this thing and you just did a particular thing. Our weaknesses will always creep back. I've come to terms with that now. It's to me to keep them at bay on every trade. And if I'm not really there or I sort of lose sight of that, then okay. I need to take a step back for a second, come back for the next session, whatever it is. And on that, roll the intro!
Order filled.
Can we start there?
Yeah, we can start
that. Was that crazy?
That was what
insane.
That was like, damn, like I'm a bit
Still
dazzled.
Got him, guys. I absolutely got him and surprised him. We're gonna keep doing that.
That was deep. That was meaningful. That was like feelings from the heart, the struggles of trading. How people react, everything, and then straight away just roll the intro. It's kind of damn. Like whoa.
You broke up there for a second.
No.
You said feelings from the heart. Just say it again. Feelings from the heart, and then what? That's all.
And then just roll the intro. Roll the intro.
Yeah.
No. Listen, here you go. This is my trade. And you can already tell. It's super little short. I was in this trade for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
That's
can
a lifetime to
some
people. That's a lifetime.
That's a lifetime to some people, but definitely not to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, absolute run day. We started off. Complete run day. We were fucking raping up to these 2 monthly highs. I've got these marked, and I was looking that all of this would be run. I was so confident. It was not that far in the day. I was like, okay, listen, I definitely think these highs are going to be run. So I want to catch a retrace, obviously. So I want to catch a retrace. I'm sure VJ knows what fucking happens next. So I straight away I drew a fib. I wanted, these liquidity targets to be taken out here. I think that's a triple bottom, double bottom. So we retraced. We were kind of, taking out that liquidity in that gap. And now we're kind of sorting around here. And the next candle is where I take my entry. All right, VJ. Okay. So you ready for this next candle?
Yeah.
All right. So, and by the way, I'm playing against liquidity, right? So we have equal lows. We have a Pukel on the 5. I'm playing against some of my liquidity rules, but I just decide, listen, if I can get a 0.618 entry right here, I'll just take it, even against my rules. Next candle was boom. And now you would think, listen, I got in, right? I was still in the 0.618, still in my position. I was like, you know what?
Oh, is that real?
You know what? I was like, listen, if it happened this quick, I'm going to decide just to move my stop down to this low. And just keep it there, right? Listen, it's literally nearly hit. If this starts wicking,
What's the stop?
I'll be in.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to catch you.
No, you're good. Stop is right there. But it literally happened in one candle.
Points?
Oh, this is SPY, so not ESY, so I can't really tell you. It was it was a good.
You good?
Probably on ES like 4 points. No, definitely not. Like 3. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. And listen, massive fucking drop in one candlestick. I got in. I moved down my stop. So straight away, I played against my liquidity. I was like, listen, this liquidity is gonna be swept. There's very strong buyers down here. I want to be picked up. I'll just move my stop and that's it. So that's what I did. We kind of retraced. I was like, okay, listen, that's my hard stop. That's fine. And we kind of consolidated a little bit more. Here you go. This is 54. So we're getting close to the hour, right?
Close to the hour. What time frame are these candles?
This is all the one. This is the one. I was literally in for 10 minutes. I was looking on the 5 at the time, but
shit.
To suspense, to add some suspense, I was looking here. And at a second glance, if you look to the risk to reward, I was targeting these two highs. So the risk to reward was still like 3.28, even though I moved down my stop. But as soon as we swept this low, like honestly, that should, even against my liquidity, that really should have been my hard stop. I don't know why I decided to move it down, but I did. And yeah, we're getting close to the hour. And as soon as the hour opened, right, the next candle, not this candle, sorry, this is 11:59, 12 hit straight away. It stopped me out. And this trade was, I remember, was particularly traumatizing to me because, again, I'm in this kind of red period of my trading. I had a little bit more hope when it started to turn around here. I thought, okay, on the hour candle, it was like I would have opened a new candle here. It would have opened a new candle, and I would have had it on the wick, hopefully to engulf this candle, and we can see those highs. So that was my initial thoughts. Same with the 15. Maybe this was just a sweep. That's what I was thinking. So I was still in this contract. Like I not contract singular, contracts, 3 contracts, which I was in, which isn't my normal position size. But anyway, I made a massive mistake.
Go to the 5. Okay, so here it's more clear what happened. It was pretty much clear before, but take out that last candle, that last black candle. Yeah. All right, take a fib from the most recent high to low. Wonder if it hits the 50%. I feel like it does not.
I don't.
Yeah, that to the right.
Oh, wait, hold up. I remove this fib here to here. No, it does not. Close,
which is really good. Now look to the left of that. Not that big black handle, but the one to the closest to the left of it. Not the one at the top there, just straight to the left of your cursor. That small one.
This small one. Are you looking at a breaker block?
That one. No, that's a breaker, yeah. And then goes through the fair value gap. Look at the highs, the 2 highs. Remember what I told you about what is an appropriate sweep pattern. Usually runs it at least twice. Then you have to more times. But then twice with that, like it probably hit a major high twice. It's due for at least a retracement down. And you see the way on the 1 minute how that low down there stayed down there. It didn't bounce out. It bouncing out like in a V shape, more of a quick, making fair value gaps to eat up the fair value gap it made, the bearish ones. That is more appropriate bounce. Whenever it's struggling like that, that's establishing like a new low. Then you can sort of look. Yes. No, you want it fast. You want
a quick retracement. Explosive.
Yeah, because otherwise it's not like the only way it should move to that and then it's going to bounce like that is if it's an institutional move. So the move back out has to be fast. Otherwise, it's like a pretty big warning sign that either it's sloppy price action or you're wrong. And when it's down like that and it's essentially establishing a new low under that low, that's like, oh, okay, this is actually, and as you can see, the 1 minute, a lot of noise. Go to the 5, much clearer. So you already got faked out by the classic institutional market thing. And then if you were just looking at it like that, you'd be like, wait a minute. You could have dumped your position and shorted.
I honestly, I was still long because of the absolute, a range that we moved up in. That is no excuse. for me still holding my position. In all honesty, I cut my position and I was shocked by the value of my contracts because it far exceeded. I cut roughly at around this area, so close to the wick, and my contracts were destroyed. Like, so destroyed that, like, my value was seen down here, relative to that low.
Yeah.
And it was
You know,
it is a big mistake. But looking back on this trade, when I see this liquidity pool being built, and I moved my stop down to here, one of my crucial mistakes that I make more often than not when trading, and I try my best to suppress this mistake, but I move down my stop, and I should keep it firm. My trading plan should be so that I have a concrete stop, concrete take profits, and it should go. I moved down my stop, BJ, and it's such a crucial mistake because as soon as I get stopped out, the play is invalidated. It's probably going to continue down that direction. Moving down your stop can be a crucial mistake.
moving down your stop is the most crucial mistake. If you're trading with a proper plan, it is imperative. The proper plan includes the amount of risk that you have based on your position, which is where your stop is at when you enter.
Yeah.
And even if you can see reasoning that you need to allow more room for it, moving your stop is akin to just throwing your discipline out the water. Essentially, you're essentially admitting I rushed into the trade and didn't realize it might need to go down there. Now I want to retroactively be okay with it going down there. And I'm marrying my trade idea because I'm allowing myself to take on more risk for the same reward, just because I think that, oh, I have a chance, or I rushed into the trade idea and didn't realize it needs to go down further. Or like a man, like a non-pussy, like a real person dealing with this like a business, you could just accept it,
Yep.
your loss, and be like, I will
And move on.
continue. Yeah, I'll move on. I have that loss. I had taken it as a chance that I was willing to take. The chance has been there. The funniest part about when you move your stop loss, is that you can't reverse time and be like, you know what, I'll take that. If you're that wrong, you're just gonna lose more.
Exactly. You're 100%
You're
right.
literally marrying like, please be right for some reason. And if what you should be doing in every trade, green or not, is there a chance that I'm wrong? And you're not even allowing yourself that. If you got stopped, your original trade idea was wrong. That's what it means. And then you can be like, oh shit, it means to go stop. And then you can go back in, maybe make some gains, get back your loss, or even switch because you were wrong. But every time you move the stop, essentially you're saying, I am sloppy. This is my reaction to being sloppy. Or fuck it, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, it just sucks that you did that. I'm not trying to obviously get at you personally in any way, but it's just like, that's just what's happening there. Essentially, you're just like, oh my god, there's that other reason. Oh, I didn't wait for this reason. And then your response is, I should exit the trade. It is, let me try to make it through, and then we could be green because I would feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get over yourself and accept the loss.
You just have to cut it.
Because it's a business. You just have to cut it.
Exactly.
I almost cut a trade today, because I got in at like a 45% retracement instead of the 50. And I was like, damn, I could just get out a $35 loss. I'm like, yeah, we're pretty strong on the bias. Just
we'll wait. We'll wait and see.
No. I just said, can you take the loss? And I looked. I was like, yes. I said, okay, take the loss, and then you'll add.
Yep.
Like, you only went in one position. You got a little jumpy. Understand that. Take responsibility for it. Can you make an adjustment or whatever? And can you deal with the loss, or do you have to exit? I was about to exit, and that would have been appropriate. And then guess what? The trade went green, and I was like, okay, yeah, good, like, adjustment. I'm actually thinking not more about the green or the money I made, more like, you dealt with that very well on the fly. It was an interesting little issue. Have a little bit more patience. Still got to work on that, but you're doing well, pal.
And you should be
Let's
proud,
get at
DJ.
it.
You should be proud. That's a good representation of your discipline. At the end of the day, you could always cut out and re-enter when it looks better. Always.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
listen, I feel if you're at a certain point while you trade that you become so connected to your position that you can't take it on the chin. You can't cut your position when it becomes invalidated. That's exactly what I did here. I was so I was so naive. In first glance, if you look at this trade, we kind of swept this high, and then we're falling for a retracement. Of course, catching a retracement trade is okay, but you guys know, if you guys have been watched the show, you've watched a couple episodes, me in particular. I trade my Pukals and my equal lows and my whatever. And that's what I was trading against right here on the 5 minute. That was an equal
Yeah,
low. 3 minute,
yeah.
I think it was an equal low and a Pukal. Yeah, there you go, equal low and a Pukal.
Real,
Anyway,
real quick, real quick before we leave, just like maybe a thought process or whatever. Why do you think you took that trade? Just because we were bullish all day? Because you mentioned that, but was there like a thing like you just gotten back from school, you're just itching to trade, that type of
you know,
thing? Was there any other like reasoning
100%. I'm
why?
I'm
Because
glad you
remember, I
brought
told
it
you
up.
like a lot of time I tell you I feel like you sit down, and one of our other friends, he sort of does the same thing, but like you come back and you know that you have a limited time to trade, so you sit down and then you trade your first trade idea. When if you notice, like even today in those longs I was
Yep.
in, I wanted to get long like an hour before, but I was just finally got to a place where I was more calm. I was dealt with some shit, and I was like, okay, these longs are still there. Okay, blah blah, and like you could have just longed at any time. Like it is going to offer it to you if it's going to be the price. I just scalped it to the
Yeah.
most likely area, and I was like, I'm really not too sure if it's going to go much more or not. Thought it could, but I just took the most probable trims and just got the hell out of there
And I'll
with
tell
my
you,
two
I'll tell
positions.
you, in
Yeah,
reality, because I was quick to trade, I sat down on the charts this day and I was itching to trade. I wanted to get in a trade. I was looking forward to trading all day, and I sat down, and as soon as I sat down, all my trading rules got thrown straight out the window.
yeah,
I was trading against my liquidity. Sure, I
yep.
used a fib, but let's be honest. There's real no substance to this trade. You don't see a fair value gap. You don't see a proper break of structure. You don't see a fucking
You can see a reasoning for it,
You
but
you can
it's
see a
just like
reasoning, but it's
you
still
didn't really sit down and examine it
exactly.
closely.
And I rushed
You
in, and I just fucking
yep.
I just ran
Because
straight head first.
yeah, and this is the thing, like Luca, like you sort of said something about like you sitting down and then like forgetting the rules. Like one thing I do now, like I even do it like more consistently since like last week is like I examine myself before I take a trade. Like I just look and I'm like, are you there yet? Or is there something? I was like, if there's something, like we don't need to give up gains. We have nothing else to fucking
Yep.
trade for. We could just sit. And then it's because honestly, if I took all of the trades I've been taking over the past like week and I just put it in two accounts, they're exactly where I want to be, pushed all the way to goal. Maybe
Yep.
three.
Hundred
And
percent.
I'm not even tripping. Like I might pay for it for a month. I don't give a fuck. I'll go and do my thing. Maybe it'll cost a little bit for a month, but I'll probably end up with like three paid accounts. Just keep two on the side and just keep going. They're just
Yeah.
marching up, and I can take less risk. As a matter of fact,
Exactly. You
so it's
should
like
definitely do that.
no, for like I just have them going against each other, and next week a lot of them expire, and so I could just keep them on or whatever. And it's like the top two at least are not going to be touched. They will not. I will not trade them with the same size if the other ones fail. I'll be like, okay, cool. We're back to micros. Like, so we're going a little bit off the rails here, but there's the rush to take a trade before you really look at yourself and be like, am
Exactly.
I actually able to handle the trade? Will I value my stop? Will I be able to wait till I think that the entry is right, even if everyone's making money or losing money, even if it's printing hundreds of points and whatever. Like, does any of that matter versus like me protecting my portfolio and making this trade? No. All that matters is like, where do I get in? Where do I get out? And am I okay to take another one afterwards? There's nothing else to the game. Everything else is fluff and mirrors. Going back to the Discord shit, the game of trading, the sport, the occupation, no matter who you have around you, it's a solo game. Your wife, your kids, these motherfuckers on Discord, the people that you love on them or not, are going to save you. No analysts, none of them are going to save you. You are going to save you if you are up to it. And if not, like, the game is fucking hard. It's going to be hard pretty much forever. Like, I'm starting to have an extremely interesting grip on price, and I see other traders who I see sort of have that, and even then, we still take losses. Sometimes we're wrong then. Sometimes it needs to retrace more. Luke, on that day, it was very bullish. I'm pretty sure that was this week. And I'm pretty sure I even know what day, but it just needed a retrace there. I think me and Bam were looking at shorts then. He played them. I was like running around, and then we got out of them at the 50% mark, and then straight to the heavens, baby. That's what it did.
Yeah.
It just needed to retrace a little bit longer, but if you looked at it, and you're like, oh, that's sort of sweepy. What the fuck?
Exactly.
You know what? I don't know. You could be fine with not knowing. That's actually one of the strengths of like trading, and we're gonna leave it at this. Like, if you do not have a read on the price and you are not sure if it's going up and down, and your friends or your enemies or your mother, whoever the fuck, is making a shit ton of money and getting in all the action without you, but you can't really see it, it doesn't matter. Because they're doing them and you're going to do you. And like, they might have all their gains slashed in 10 seconds and you are right to sit out. And most of the times when it's not that clear, especially if you are disciplined and you're staying educated and you stick with your edge, you are doing exactly what you need to do. Most of trading is doing your analysis and sitting on your fucking hands. And if nothing really pops up, nothing really pops up. And sure, as you get better, you will see more trades, more entries. I'm starting to see that now myself. That being said, if you see nothing,
let it be.
Go fucking eat a sandwich. Just let it be. Exactly. Do something else. So we'll leave it at that, guys. It probably seems like we're yelling at everybody. We're feeling good. I am, at least.
Yeah.
But
No,
we started on a crazy vibe.
we did start on a fucking deep thoughts, on fucking just people, especially in this industry. There's a lot of fake people. There's a lot of people with some serious personal problems. It's not. It might be you, but likely if there's somebody.
If you're a homie, you already know who you are. If like we're cool with you, but if you're just like out of nowhere, like giving me updates on like giving anyone updates on your gains and whatever, like especially if like that shit is just crazy. Like you're thinking of us when you're making your money and or losing your money. Like I do have friends that do this. Like they tell me when they're red, they tell me when they're green. That's nice. Just some reality. I'm fine with that. But all this like, I'll tell you when I'm green, silence. Oh yeah, I'm green. I mean, I get a new one every day and I'm like, how? Why do they think it's like okay to just like hit me up with this shit? It's crazy, but bless their hearts, man.
100%.
We love y'all and thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Sheesh.
I think we should have fucking had a little bit better outro than that.
I mean, we're still doing it.
Damn, are we coming back for another outro?
Yeah, do it.
All right,
better one.
Guys, listen, we're gonna leave it there. Have a good night. Safe trading. Be disciplined. Wait. Be patient.
More energy.
And yeah, we got
more
it.
Energy.
We're okay. Enough. We're definitely gonna fucking we're definitely gonna keep you guys up to date on the socials and everything.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye. Oh yeah, please like and subscribe. I know Luke
like
was
and subscribe.
Trying to say that. Follow us on social. If you want a Discord link, let us know. We got a rambunctious crew that plays putt party about 14 hours a day.
100%.
Come see us.
Bye.
See us. We love you.
See you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.